Today, I would like to do a style of guidance which is sort of more direct. It is a pointing to a fact, to the fact of what is, to the fact of what I am, rather than, trying to necessarily guide you into any deep meditative state. It is just a constant pointing to what is, to pointing to how things are. So, regardless of where you think you are in your practice or your journey, um, while the guidance is being spoken, it's not the time to think about things. It's not the time to interpret or relate. It's not the time to get anywhere. It's not the time to doubt either. Do your doubting in half an hour. Hold off on your doubting. Doubt all of the day if you want, but wait until after the session. Here and now, just be open and be receptive to the experience that is happening, to the talk that is arising. For you think you have come here based on your own will, but in truth, you're really being pulled here. The experience, the message is trying to arise in your experience in the way that it needs to be heard, in a way that I don't create, in a way that you don't receive, you don't plan on receiving. It happens the way that it is meant to happen. So make room for that, make space for that by being empty of yourself. You are the problem. This little me that I think I am, the life that I think I'm living, things I want, the spiritual peace and clarity that I want. This little me that is so needy and always wanting something that is not here, trying to create an experience, trying to gain a glimpse of God. This me is the problem. So, for the time being, just get this me out of the way by not engaging so much in all the things that are arising in the mind, not needing anything for the time being. Right now, it doesn't matter how your life is going, what problems you think you have, whether they will ever be solved or not, who likes you and who doesn't, if your life circumstances are secure or insecure. Leave the personal self at the door and step in into the space of being. What you think you are is only an idea. The image of the person you think you are that arises in your mind is only an idea. The life you think you have lived until now, the person you think you are, it is only an idea. Without the idea of who you think you are and the life you think you have lived up until now, without this idea, what are you here and now? When you don't go to that idea for identity, what are you? There is everything you think you are, and then there is the knowing of everything you think you are. Everything you think you are is an idea. Knowing is a fact. Everything you think you are is a form. Knowing of all form is formless. The body sensation is here, but there is a knowing of body sensation. Body sensation changes. The knowing of all the changeful body sensations never change. All thoughts about who you are, the life you think you have lived, what you look like, what you like and don't like, all these are thoughts, a changeful stream of thoughts, of which there is a changeless knowing. Thoughts don't know, thoughts are known. The body doesn't know, the body is known. The idea, I am a body, I like this, I don't like this is the life that I have lived, is a thought known. Can you focus on the knowing? Can you know the knowing happening? Know your knowing. The idea that this is the person's knowing is also a thought known. Can we recognize that? The person doesn't know. The person is known. There's a knowing of the changeful person. Can you know your knowing? It is your knowing, but not you, the person. You are not a person. The person is an object known. Can you know your own knowing? We don't know what I am, but I am certain that I know. This is not an idea, this is a fact, because all experience is known. What knows? I don't know. Yet I know I know. It is me that knows. It is self that is aware. What that is, I don't know because all objects are known. I know all objects. I can't seem to find myself as an object. But one thing I am certain of is that I know. So for a moment, can you set aside all the things you know that are in your knowing and just focus on your very knowing itself? Know the happening of the knowing, the beingness of the knowing. Can you know that you know? When you know you're knowing, all thoughts are at rest. If you find thoughts are there, once again, know you're knowing. Return the mind to its source by knowing you're knowing. Keep reeling the mind back in into the knowing from which it arises. How? Know the knowing. Knowing is the source of thinking. Keep letting your thinking go in order to know the knowing, to be the knowing. When you know the knowing, you are not a person knowing. You are the knowing, knowing itself, knowing that it is. I, the knowing, am. I, that which knows, am. Where in experience can you possibly find the knowing? In experience, all you will find is objects. But whatever objects you find, There will already be a knowing of. Knowing is always prior to any object you find, any experience which you can describe. Knowing is the seer, the self. Any thought you create about the knowing will be false because of any and all thoughts, there is a knowing which precedes it. In thoughts, all you will find is just ideas about who you think you are, what you think life is. In thoughts, all you will find is just conditioning. To know the self, forget about thoughts. Thoughts will not help you here. Stop believing in thoughts. Stop taking thoughts to be what you are. Stop taking thoughts to be valuable. Keep letting go of thoughts. Relax away from thought into the knowing that is the source of thoughts, that is prior to thoughts. Know only your knowing. Meditate on the knowing, which means know the knowing. Focus on the knowing. Be the knowing that knows. Don't associate yourself with any object that is known. The body is an object. All feelings are objects. All thoughts are objects. And all ideas that thoughts project are false because they are ideas, concepts, completely unreal. Who you think you are is not what you actually are. What you appear to be is not what you actually are. Stop persisting in the belief I am the body. It is the greatest hindrance to spiritual awakening. The biggest obstacle to self knowledge. Persistence in the idea I am the body. Let all your questions, doubts, expectations melt away. Let go of them. They mean nothing. They are not important. Just know the knowing, which is fact, eternally present, unchanging, the only thing you can count on for a sense of truth, reality, identity, self. Whatever may be happening in life, today you're doing this, tomorrow you're doing that. it's not really that much significance. It is a dream that won't last that long. Whatever may be happening in life, know the knowing, which is changelessly present. Know the knowing, which is self. If you care too much about the content that is happening in what we call me in life, me and my life, we'll get too involved, too invested. We'll lose ourselves. The world will appear to be super real. The person will appear to be what I am. This is due to lack of understanding. When we think the world is real, we don't know ourselves. When we believe I am a person, we don't know ourselves. Know yourself by knowing the knowing, being that which knows, returning to this ever present fact. The seeming reality of the world will come crumbling down. You will see the formlessness of it. All form is enveloped in formless knowing. You will see you are not the person. It is not self. Let this return to knowing yourself be of utmost priority. Whatever happens in the life of me, the person in this life, let it happen. But whatever's happening, keep noticing the ever present, changeless knowing in which what is happening is seen, is known. Keep letting go of your thoughts about everything, about yourself, about what's happening, about what you want, what you don't want, and keep relaxing into just knowing the knowing. Supreme simplicity, this is. This is an ever available practice for which you don't have to be particularly doing anything. It's always here. Just have to care about it more than you care about what's going on. This is the path of meditation. Know the knowing. Don't take yourself to be any object, any experience that is known, no matter how much it appears to be you. All ideas of the mind are false. Come to realize this. The mind can tell you nothing about yourself, nothing about the truth. So stop pursuing it for spiritual understanding. Stop taking the mind that thinks to be what you are. When you don't look to the body and the mind for identity, in that very moment, what are you? Because you're still here. You still know. But when you no longer look to the body and the mind for identity, what are you? When you don't look to the mind that is trying to answer this question, what are you? Be that. Okay, let's end that here. I hope that guidance helped you greatly. Make sure to join our free self inquiry community. Over there, you can connect with fellow seekers of truth. And also, you'll be able to access many resources that will help you deepen your self inquiry practice. In case you are looking to work with me more intimately, join Self Inquiry School. It is a 10-week meditation journey in which I will guide you day by day, step by step, into deeper practice, a deeper and deeper recognition of your true nature. The entire journey is there to guide you, support you, help you build a consistent meditation practice so that you can overcome all your mental obstacles, start to dissolve mind identification, and grow in the experiential recognition of your true nature. You'll also be able to, in the school, access our weekly Q&A meetings where you can get all of your questions answered. You'll be able to join our weekly guided meditation meetings, which we do live, which this was a recording of. We also do live online retreats where you can really dedicate yourself for about a day or so to focused practice with our community. So if that sounds interesting to you, take a look at that down below as well and use whichever resource is most appropriate for you at this time. Thank you again for watching this video. I hope it really helped you. I will see you next time. Bye.